Hello and welcome to another one of capsules on IPL retention, where we look at each team and what will be their perfect retention strategy ahead of the IPL auctions. You already know the rules have been laid out in front of you in terms of 6 at best you can get, which will be a combination of right to match as well as retentions. Today it's going to be the turn of Gujarat Titans, one-time winners, one-time finalists, a short IPL career but have achieved rather good results in that much time. Okay, so we're going to look at what are the players that will make sense for them to retain or write for match card that they can use for them. With me, Siddharth Gulati, my colleague. Let's put the first name, and like last time, we'll have agreements, disagreement, but we'll try and reach a consensus as to what is the best possible strategy. Okay, what's the first name on your mind?
Shubman Gill?
No, not mine. Not mine.
He's a captain.
You want to know which is the first name?
Yeah, I can guess. I have a good guess. Rashid Khan.
Absolutely. If you're making an IPL team, if I'm going to an IPL auction, the only other person who can trump a Rashid Khan is a Jasprit Bumrah. I can't think of too many other people.
No, is there a thing called a joint first retention? I'm just
if
asking.
it was like NBA where you had the first draft, it'll be a good one who goes in that. Maybe Jasprit Bumrah, slight edge, might go for it. But anyway, my first name is going to be Rashid Khan. That's not to say that I will not be having a deal or a talk with Shubman Gill, and we'll get to that a little later. But I am going to be going with Rashid Khan as my first choice. Would you be on page?
And I don't disagree with you.
You don't disagree. But
actually,
there's going to be...
It was a close call. So yeah, I'm fine with it.
There's going to be, though, a twist in the tail.
Okay.
I don't think Rashid would be very keen to come on 18 crore.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and you know, just to let you know, teams can officially pay the player much higher costs too. So for example, hypothetically, I'll say, let's say 20 CR for Rashid Khan or 21 CR for Rashid Khan. You can make up for that a little later based on the kind of money that you give the rest of the player. Eventually, remember, they can pay 22 and then 22 will be cut out of their purse. Eventually, they can match it up to bring it to a figure of 75 as we've been counting. You cannot exceed that 75 figure. You can go below it. Supposing my first retention, hypothetically, just to let you know, if it was Rashid and I got a deal for him at 15 and then I got Shubman at 10, I can do that. But from my purse, 18 and 14 would be cut. So that highest has to be cut. I can go over it also, but then if you go over, that will be taken into consideration. Eventually, that 75 CR that you have with one uncapped, that cannot be exceeded. So we have to be mindful of that. So my first thing is Rashid. I think he may even go for, they may agree for a deal of 22 odd CR. I don't think that's a bad price to pay. But for, you know, just record's sake, I'm putting a figure of 20. Let's put 20 for Rashid. Though teams are also very smart. Sometimes they'll show on paper 18 so that it gives them more money, or they can use that full 75 for the entire players and give him as extra. You know, extra like make him whatever, make him do some commercial activity, live shows, this and that, another sort of payment. There are various things that can be done, all legally, of course.
And I don't disagree with this number because, you know, as the purse is increasing for the franchises, I think the player prices are also going to increase as the IPL progresses. So definitely for a player like Rashid Khan, who is definitely an established T20 player, a T20 mercenary, we all know, you know, what his credentials are, what he can do with both bat and ball and in the field also. I think 20 CR or even more looks to be a likely thing.
Okay, so 20 here, they can make adjustments later. Now to the second name, and now I will not argue with you. It's the name that you put first. He's going to be their captain. You want a captain, you will have to continue with him. So Shubman, right? So Shubman comes, let's say 18 CR for him. Would that be the figure?
About 16 to 18, that should be fine.
16 to 18, or
we can put 17, you know, if you say.
Okay, so maybe get 70. Now you've exceeded a lot of it.
Yes.
So you have exceeded about 3 CR here, and you've exceeded about 2 CR there. You know, rough. I'm just going with a rough calculation. So you have to make that much adjustment. We'll get to player number 3 in a bit, but what I want to do is get done with player 5 and player 6, because I think they're going to keep 2 uncapped players. You're allowed 2 uncapped players.
Yes.
I don't see too many capped players that they'd be ready to spend a lot of money on. 2 uncapped players, I think they can go for. You pick 1 uncapped player, I'll pick 1 uncapped
I'm
player.
going to go with Rahul Tewatia. He has been a part of India's squad in the previous series, but he hasn't made his international debut as of now.
So Tewatia, absolutely. I completely agree. At 4 CR, right?
Yeah.
You can have Rahul Tewatia. That will be a nice, smart sort of buy that they can go with. I'll pick another uncapped. That's going to be Abhinav Manohar.
Okay, so I slightly disagree with you here.
But is Abhinav Manohar an uncapped, by the way?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sai Kishore, I know,
Sai
played
Kishore
for
has
Asian.
made his debut. He made it in Asian Games in 2023.
Maybe we can check that as well.
Absolutely, we can check. But he's.
But who's your?
I would be tempted to take a certain Mohit Sharma here. See, Mohit Sharma is not uncapped, but he's played for India, but he last played for India in 2015, and obviously the new rule states that you are basically have to be in a situation wherein you haven't played international cricket for 5 years now for the Indian team. So the point here is that in case of Mohit Sharma, his performances in the last 2 seasons would actually prompt me as a GT franchise that I would want to retain him. Close to 40 odd wickets in the last 2 seasons. Definitely your best death bowler. So going by the recent performances, why not would you want to retain him?
Okay, what you can then do is, fine, I mean, I would also have a Mohit Sharma. You can even have another, can you go for another uncapped player but pay him much higher than 4 CR? You can, of course, do that, right?
Absolutely
so
do that,
4 is the thing for a thing. So you're saying Mohit you want to get, right?
I said Mohit.
Okay, Mohit you go for. In terms of 4 CR, I think that's a good buy too. He becomes an uncapped. What you can do is do a right for match for another player, which you can do a reduced price, or depending on how much price he goes for a little later. Now you want to have another retention, and now you have to manage your retention in a sense where you can, that number that you're exceeding has to be matched to. So who's your number 3, and do you even have a number 4 that you can?
So I do have a number 3, and it is Mohammed Shami. So irrespective of the fact that he missed this year's tournament due to an injury, I think Shami was an important cog in GT's wheel in the IPL 2023 season when they reached the final. There was the leading wicket taker, the purple cap holder. Unfortunate to miss out this season, but then we all know that Shami is a good white ball bowler. Has done it in the IPL for over years now. So that's why I think I would really want to retain him. This is where I think the negotiation part would have to come in, because you know that a player of Shami's stature can demand more, and there's nothing wrong with that also. But just to make sure that how can maybe GT convince him so that that loyalty thing stays, and at the very same time Shami would also be on board to join them. I think that will be a little challenge. But then if I am a part of the GT franchise, and I would be tempted to have Shami.
You would, but the thing is now, how do you fit him in? If he's at 11 CR, he may ask for more than 11 CR. And there's a good chance that you'd be okay to pay more than 11 CR for a Mohammed Shami. How do you manage that? In which case, then you end up getting that much money deducted and don't go for your number 4 and have that much deduction. That is something that you can do. Or let's say Shami, what would be, let's say a 12 CR or a 13 CR or a 14 CR figure?
13 CR.
Okay, let's go with 13 CR. Now we've overshot our budget. We've overshot our budget with 20, 17 and 13. So we are 2 up here. We are 3 up here, and we are 2 up here. So that is 3, 5, 7. We're 7 CR up. Now, if we need to retain a number 4, we will have 18 deducted from our purse, but we can adjust it, and we can probably pay him an 11 CR amount. We can pay him an 11 CR and get another player, even pay him less than that.
Yeah.
Though that money will be,
possible.
the money will deducted from us will be
Absolutely.
18 CR to manage that much, right? So that's where I think someone like an Abhinav Manohar can come in. You can.
How about Sai Sudarshan? Well, see, Sai Sudarshan has played more than Abhinav Manohar in the last 3 seasons. Obviously, was the leading run getter for them in the IPL 2024 also.
Yeah.
The top scorer in the final versus Chennai Super Kings in 23
Yes,
and overall across the 3 seasons, I think he's one of the fastest to, go past the IPL, the landmark of 1,000 runs in the IPL also. So that's where I feel that
fair point.
He's proven himself, so why not he be the fourth attention?
Good point. I also had a Sai Kishore in mind. But the thing is, he's played for India, but you can get a cap player here at a much cheaper price.
Exactly.
Has that experience. But I agree with you, more than Sai Kishore, Sai Sudarshan, for the reason that you mentioned. He was a revelation, I agree with the bat.
Exactly.
So let's look at a Sai Sudarshan here. So Sai Sudarshan, and you can now get him. You have about we calculated 11 CR,
yeah.
but you can, I think, get him for much cheaper.
8 or 9 also should be okay.
Yeah. Even less. Maybe go for a 6-7 CR sort of a thing. Yeah, you give him a, let's say, 7 CR.
Exactly.
And so you're within the budget, and though 18 will be deducted. So typically now your deduction is going to be within that. So you have to take the upper limit. So in this case, 20, 17 and 13. So you are 7 up in this. How much have you reduced from here?
This is 18, 14, 11 is 43, then it was 61.
No, so you are 7 up here.
Yeah, 7
You've
up
exceeded
here.
7 CR.
Yes.
But you are 11 minus here.
Yes, 11
so 7 up here, 11 minus here. So that will have to be taken into consideration. So this will be counted as 18 for that. So now you will just take roughly 18, 14, 11.
Yeah.
How much is that?
18, 43.
43.
Yeah.
Plus you'll have to take an 18 here.
Yeah, 61, yeah.
So 61 deducted from there, plus your 8 CR here.
69.
69. So your eventual deduction, though what you're paying is less than that, but deduction will happen because you've gone for the 4th retention. So 69 CR is what GT would spend or would be deducted from their auction purse, even though the payment that they are making is less than 69 CR. But I think this will be again, this is a rough assumption. Sai Kishore could be 8, 9, Sai Sudarshan could be 8, 9 or whatever, right? So 69 goes, which means they are left with 51. 51 CR. 51 CR, they need 12 players. So 51 divided by 12, 4.25 is there per player. 4.25 per player they can spend for the remaining 12 players, of course, which means some they will spend 8, 9, 10 CR, some they'll get in 1 CR, 50 lakhs also, who knows.
And a few uncapped also.
And you can even go for more than, I think 4.25 at an average for remaining 12 players is a healthy average, which will allow you to spend more on certain players and less. And what this does is your core is intact. You've already got 6 players. All you need for any team to make a good squad, you need 6 good players, and then you have a very good squad. The remaining just play the support cast anyway, and I think that they'll do well to do that. See, anything?
I just got a question. I got into thinking this. See, Tewatia, when he was picked for the IPL 2022 in the mega auction, I think he went about 9 crores if I'm not wrong. That was the approximate price there. But now the point is that he is uncapped, and if GT would want to retain him 4 crore, would he really want to stay with them, knowing that if he goes into the auction, he might definitely fetch a big big price?
No, I thought of that. Even a Mohit might say, because Indian fast bowlers sometimes get more. But what you can do is, if there is an issue, if you can't retain him at that price, you can obviously have a right to match for them.
Exactly.
So that's an option. You tell a Tewatia, listen, we want you. You think you're worthy of more, we will match up. Let's go to the auction. And of course, they will also have a price in mind. In which price, let's say if it is 6, 7 crore or 8 crore, they have enough money to splurge on that with a right to match. They can keep one uncapped. they go with the other one as a right to match card. He goes there, you pay that extra. That 69 may become 72, 73, still gives them about 4 CR per player. So they can do that. But I'm saying this is an ideal scenario. If there is an agreement with the player, you spend this much and you get your good squad. So this is what we feel Gujarat Titans could do. But of course, what is it that the team management have in mind? We'll have to wait and watch. What do you think of the players that we've discussed? Would you have gone with someone else, or do you think no, this is good enough? Do let us know in the comment section, as you've let us know about the previous teams that we've discussed. We always like to see a different perspective, different than ours, and that's what is the best thing about cricket, especially the IPL. Everyone is an expert, everyone has their own opinion. But yeah, one thing that we request you for, you can easily disagree with us, but do give us a like on the video for all the efforts that we put in. And yeah, probably, share it with your other sport loving friends who may have ideas of their own to add what we've just discussed. So that's that for now from Siddharth and I. Bye bye, take care, and yes, don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today.